live a little bit differently than I usually am. We are having a little bit of trouble getting our live stream started, and so I'm using an app on my iPhone that I don't usually use. So I don't know what happened, but somewhere around this and that we are having issues. So hopefully you're getting this and we can get going. I don't know if we'll be able to see our if we'll be able to see you or not, but hopefully we can. I'm not sure what's going on, so we're not going to spend too much time on the technical side of it. We are.
Here we are. I've got us.
Ah, good, good,
so.
good. Katie's setting up something a little better situation for us, and we'll have it going in just a second. So bear with us, and we might be at you a little differently. So sorry about that. There we go. All right. That's a little better, isn't it? I don't know if there's a live stream going on or not. We can't see the live stream yet. We're going to work on it now, though. And see if we can't get something going.
So this is what I've got so far.
That's what you got so far? No live chat? Is this the live chat?
Live chat, but there's nobody there yet.
Okay.
5 watching now, but
5 are watching, huh?
I don't know.
Well.
Oh wait, there's Jay on. Yay!
Hey.
And Alderman Farms is here, and Krista.
Hi,
okay.
guys.
Woo, woo.
we are trying to figure out some technical difficulties, so we're going to figure this out as we go. And just when you think you got the technology stuff figured out, I don't know, it goes somewhere. Okay. All right, so I've got a chat. Look at that,
yep,
right there.
Good job.
Hey, I guess we can go home. Good night, everybody. I figured that out. Whew. Well, we're glad to see you. We have a good show for you, which all of my notes are on my iPhone.
Oops. Oh well.
Wah, wah. So what we're videotaping on right now has all of our notes for the show. So we're going to spitball it. We have some special guests to start the show off with. And we are going to show them to you right now. This is one of them, and this is the other. These are our new, 2 of the new rabbits. We are actually waiting for 2 more from Big Family Homestead, and we're getting in the rabbit business, folks. We're a hair above the rest.
Oh, jeez.
That didn't work,
that
did
was
it?
bad.
See, I need this hair because I'm losing this hair.
That was bad. That was bad. That was bad.
That was bad.
That was so bad.
I've got plenty more of those jokes, Alderman Farms, so stay tuned. Anyway, we're glad to be here. We're just, we've had a busy day, and we're glad to be home, hanging out with the bunnies. We're learning a lot about rabbits right now because we want to do 2 versions, I guess is the right word. I don't know. But we want to do pet rabbits, and we want to breed pet rabbits, and we want to breed meat rabbits. And so Big Family Homestead is going to hook us up with some meat birds.
Rabbits, not
meat
birds.
Rabbits. And we're going to find a buck for these 2 lovely ladies. And I forget their names already.
This is, okay, so my daughter is a huge fan of the Anne of Green Gable book series by Lucy Maud Montgomery. And so this little kind of reddish one is Anne, and this one here is Diana. So we need to find a Gilbert and Fred because that was the girls' husbands' names in the books later on in the books. So, so yeah, these are our bunnies right now. They're super cute.
They are, and I'll be honest with you, we'll sell them as meat rabbits, but there's no way I could kill a bunny. Anyway, well, maybe I could. It depends on
how hungry
I get. We're going to pass these off to Katie now and give them away back, and that way we can get on with the rest of what we have to bring to you. So here, you can have mine. The pair of hands coming in from the side is my daughter and my son.
Careful.
There you go.
Don't squeeze it.
Underneath. All right, so anyway, We have a big day.
So I guess it's our story time, if I remember.
It's our
right.
story time, yes.
Okay, yes.
I love our story time, and we're going to do our best to share that with you and not laugh too hard and cry too hard, because there are opportunities for both, really. And so, anyway, I'm still stuck on my technology, folks. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get it figured
Well,
out.
today we are in the process of trying to find our homestead where we can raise our kids and do animals, and I keep looking in the wrong place. I keep looking at your computer, but I forget that
I know, they're up there.
So,
We're all looking down here like, hey,
so
how are you?
We have been just kind of looking for property and house and all that kind of stuff. So that was part of our journey this weekend and today and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
So we are so that's kind of where we are.
We're in this weird limbo stage where we're staying with family and we're learning the homesteading mindset, and we're trying to position ourselves financially to be debt free and homestead. And it's been a tough journey. It hasn't been easy. We've made a lot of mistakes, and we've also had a lot of successes and had some comedic moments that usually end with me chasing chickens around the yard.
Yeah, with a fishing net.
With a fishing net.
Trying to catch them, which is always fun to watch.
We are overjoyed that God has given us opportunity to meet the community and the people that we've met. So, we're on that journey to see, where's God going to place us in a homestead. And there might be even a season where we have to do time in the city. I hope that's not true, but we're gonna work really hard to get 5 to 10 acres and have our own homestead and do something that's keep doing new things.
Yes.
The next level for us was rabbits, and beyond that, goats, llamas.
No llamas. No llamas. No llamas. No llamas.
We went to a restaurant this weekend just outside of a local lake, and it was really fun because you eat and then you go to their barn, and it's a really small place. It's just outside of Hillsboro.
Hi, Hen Feather.
Hi, Hen Feather.
So, yeah.
And we're just outside of that. We're just outside of that city, and it is a great little restaurant. It's the Barnyard Cafe.
Yes.
It's a great place to eat. Great food, handmade hamburgers.
Yes.
None of that frozen stuff. The guy goes every morning and gets fresh ground beef from the store. I mean, it's phenomenal. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's good.
And once you're done eating, you can go out to his barn. And we saw a pig there that was furry. Now, seriously, real thick, long hair. I know most pigs have hair. I get that.
Pigs have hair.
But not like this pig. This pig had like a winter coat. It was like wearing a toupee. Only not. It was just very long hair. Anyway. And so it kind of inspired us because there's a lot of places and a lot of ways we can go. Heather in the garden has started. We're going to talk about that tonight. So there's been some really cool things, and we're working really hard to make this a transition that'll be a success for our kids as we share the homesteading mindset with them. It's funny how even with
Phil. Phil's here.
Hey, Phil. Even with our technology side of things, homesteading has that.
Hates us.
It does.
He had it all set up and ready to go, and then it was like, so we're like,
very sad.
So
very sad.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think we probably need to get Katie to put the charger on this, or my battery's gonna die.
Okay.
I don't know where it is.
It's
Max, can you help me out?
Yeah.
But anyway, what was the next thing we were supposed to talk about? Because I forget our little list of things.
Well, there is the Goin Batty kitchen.
Oh yeah, the Goin Batty kitchen.
Yeah. So we had some people in our last live feed say that they because we were talking about like how we feed a family of 6. My husband's in the ministry, So, like, you're in the ministry because you love people and love Jesus, not because you get paid like buku bucks. So, for a family of 6, I do our grocery shopping, and I can keep it. He gets paid every 2 weeks, and I can keep it under $300 every 2 weeks. A lot of times, I'm usually under like $250. So, I had people ask about, well, how do you do that? And some people said that they would like to see us do like going grocery shopping and showing how we did that. They called it a grocery store haul, and I had never heard of that. I'm like, what is that? And so I just wanted to show how we do.
Hang on, just a quick second.
Yeah.
Hen Feather, we're not moving yet. We're looking for a homestead to move to.
Yes.
We're in transition, and this is an opportunity. We were out today looking at opportunities to do own some property, and it's just not necessarily now is not necessarily the time for us, and so we're kind of talking about that.
We're gathering information on what we need to do in order to get us to that place.
Yeah, and this is it's a process, because going into homesteading from living in suburban life is just as big family, how you doing, Brad? It's just as important to be debt free as a homesteader as it is to be in any other thing. And I think the lie of our culture is that there's good debt and there's bad debt. And the truth of the matter is that there are some things worth investing in, like a house, but the bad debt is gonna bring you down. And so hopefully, as we go through this with you guys watching, we'll get to model for you what it means to get debt free and to do this the right way. And so part of being debt free is being wise with our money, which is why Heather's talking about groceries.
Yeah. So like I said, we do our meal planning for, sorry, I put some in my eye, every 2 weeks. And
Hen Feather says come to Texas. LOL.
Oh. I have family in Texas, so here's the thing about Texas. Like, Texas is great for me to visit, but I'm a Midwestern girl, and when it gets above 85 degrees, we think that we're going to melt. So I was visiting family in Texas one time in July, and it was 105 degrees. And I thought, good Lord, how do these people not run around naked all the time? Because it is so hot here. And then, like, I swear I was going to burst into flames the moment I stepped out onto the sidewalk. So, I mean, as a Midwestern girl, where rarely does it get above 95 degrees here in the summer times. It can sometimes. Usually here it's the humidity that'll get you, but yeah, it would. Texas is hot, and I don't like hot. But yeah, but anyway, so our meal plan, like I said, every 2 weeks we do it, and so what I do is I have a little, I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's a printout, and it has...
It's going to be a little blurry.
Yeah, it has breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then snacks, but what I do is I mark out the snacks part, and I do dinner for the second week in this category here. So, what we do for our breakfast is I make homemade bread. Krista from the Big Family Homestead has an awesome artisan bread recipe that we use all the time. My kids will not let me buy bread from the grocery store anymore.
Oh,
ever again.
No.
Yeah, you came home with a loaf of bread one time, and they gave him the stink eye.
It was like I was punishing them.
Oh yeah, like, what did we do? Why did you do that? So we make homemade bread, and my oldest son said that bread has made his toast experience just so much better. So so we have, like, I make granola. I'm going to be doing granola bars. We always have eggs because we have chickens. There's always this stuff around, like, to make pancakes and waffles and things like that. I used to make waffles up and then freeze them so that the kids could just pop them in the toaster, but right now we just don't have the freezer space for it. So it's sometimes just easier just to make them. Mm-hmm. So and they learn, if they really want them, they learn how to make them themselves. So that's nice.
I already have proof on video I don't know how to cook, so I don't even try bread.
Yeah.
But Katie...
Oh, Jonathan's here. Hi, Jonathan.
Hey.
So,
hi, Jonathan.
I'm sorry. I'm pointing at the wrong place again.
We're looking down at our computers. It's a whole technology thing. God, God has a sense of humor, and technology hates me.
Yeah. So, and in this next category for lunch, what we usually do is like I'll go to like we have something here called GFS, which is Gordon Food Service, and you can buy like a ham, and they'll slice it for you for free. And I think I paid like $12 for, gosh, I don't know how many pounds of it. I'll have to look at that, but and so I'll have ham that they can have ham sandwiches with, or usually what we like to do is for lunches, you eat up the leftovers from the night before.
Yeah.
And usually when I cook, I'll cook enough that there are leftovers, unless all three of my boys hit a growth spurt at the same time and then there's nothing left over. Or my daughter, like she can pack it away too when she's growing. So, so we'll have the leftovers for lunch. And then like my main thing is to focus on the dinners. And so I will do a meal plan for the 2 weeks, and then I will make sure like I go through the pantry and the freezer and all that kind of stuff to see what I have, so that I'm not buying extra of things that I actually don't need. Like right now, I don't need like the spiral rotini pasta. I have like 4 boxes of it because they had it on sale at Aldi's for 89 cents.
What's an inventory?
Yeah.
It's an inventory.
So I take inventory of things, and then I cook from what I already have. And then I look for things to go on sale. Like I said last week, like they had corned beef go on sale for $1.99 a pound. And here that's cheap. Like usually it's way over $3. Mm-hmm. So we had corned beef like 3 times. So, and it was awesome, and Kevin loved it. So it was good.
Makes Kevin happy.
Yeah. So that was what's kind of going on in the Batty kitchen. And we are waiting for, we actually had to, last week we talked about we were going to make our version of jambalaya, and like I said, people from the South, please don't get angry at us because we are from Ohio and we really don't know what it is. But
we have our version of it.
Yes,
and
so we had to order stuff from Amazon in order to make it, because what I make it with is like this 5 rice blend that has like red rice and brown rice, and then it has like wheat berries in it, and it just all this stuff in it. And like we could get it when we lived in Maryland at a grocery store called Wegmans. They had this, and it is stinking hard to find here.
Yeah.
So we had to actually order it, the boxes of rice, Wegmans rice, on Amazon and have it shipped here. And the other thing that's really hard to find here is fire roasted salsa, because it calls for that in this recipe too. So I'm like, oh. So when that comes in, we will make a video of that, and you'll get to see that being made.
Yeah.
So
and it's really probably not jambalaya. It's just what we call it.
Yeah.
It's got chicken and chorizo sausage
Yeah,
and capers and green olives, and it's kind of making me hungry now actually.
Yeah.
But we are getting ready to go on an adventure, and so we'll be putting some videos out over the next 2 days or 3 days. The Goin Batty clan is headed out to go camping, and it may be overnight or it may be 5 minutes. I'm not sure which, but the guys, my sons.
We need to say hi to Barbara. She just came in.
Hi, Barbara.
Hi, Barbara.
Hemfetta, did you see Mrs. Rain's orange peel making dream ice cream bar? Ooh, I've checked that out.
I did not.
That sounds good. That sounds very good.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go camping. The guys have gotten really good at setting up the tent, and I'm really excited about what we can cook over fire.
Yes.
And so that'll be cool.
He's gotten better at cooking over fire. So I don't like cooking over fire. Again, I don't like being hot. So
it's just difficult because it's like, there's that char. It's between char on the outside and raw on the inside, and I get it. I just mess it up every time.
I think sometimes like maybe he thinks he's like the prophet Elijah, and like he's calling fire down from heaven, and it's just going to burn everthing up, and then
that's right.
Yeah. So
yeah. Lord, suck up all this fire.
Yeah,
anyway, water. Anyway, that, and what we're hoping to do is take everybody on a grocery run. Did we mention that grocery run?
I think we'll try to do that just to show you how we do this. And like I said, not everyone has an Aldi, but you do have some sort of discount grocery store.
Yeah.
If you do have an Aldi, they're awesome. There is a little bit of a learning curve with Aldi. Like, you have to put a quarter in to get your cart. You have to bag your own groceries, but that's what kind of keeps the prices down. So,
but they're a German company.
Yeah, they're a German company, and they've started to they won't accept like fruits and vegetables that have been sprayed with pesticides and stuff like that. And so, I mean, they're pretty. We like them. Oops, didn't mean to do that. So, but yeah, that was what our
Yeah.
yeah.
We you can also find deals in other places. I mean, we're not just strictly Aldi's folks, and
we have Meijer, we have Kroger around here.
even Dollar General has a market here, and we have found some deals on simple things like hot sauce or whatever that you can just run in, pick them up, and go out.
Yeah.
But really, my hope and our goal is that we can wean ourselves off of the grocery store, period. Last year was our first year really doing a garden, and we had some amazing success where Heather had taken the grocery bill, and we do grocery shopping every 2 weeks, and we usually have $300 every 2 weeks for a family of 6, which means you.
Brad said mostly non-GMO at Aldi. I thought that was true because I know like there was something I read something about like their flour. Because it's to Germany standards, and Germany doesn't allow GMO stuff in there. So that's what, like, if I buy like all-purpose flour, I buy it from there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I think there's a point where we sat down. And I've told the story way too many times. I'm just really excited about it. There was a point where Heather took our grocery bill and split it in half basically for the month because of the things that we were growing. And the way that we were doing our garden, we didn't have to buy some of the expensive vegetables there. We bought them. We didn't buy them. We planted them, and they grew, and we picked them, and we ate them, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
And so
we're going bigger this year. So
Barbara is asking, what other Krista recipes do you suggest?
Oh my gosh,
all of them.
Krista's
phenomenal cook. Awesome, wonderful.
Gosh, what were some of the other ones that?
Well, she made this the mushroom noodle thing.
Oh yeah, she made that for us. We were over at their house last night, and that was awesome. This
Thrive Life
pasta with a mushroom sauce that was really good. But she her sweet bread, her Amish sweet bread recipe, that is fantastic to make cinnamon rolls with.
Oh yeah,
we use that to make our cinnamon rolls, and they're so good. So
and I mean behind the a little behind the scenes on Big Family Homestead. Phenomenal. I mean, there's just all these different dishes that they can do, and all of them are great. Homemade hamburger buns.
Oh yeah, she needs to make a video on that because she hasn't done that yet, but she needs to.
We're challenging you because we want to learn too.
She made green bean casserole too, and I don't know if she's done a video of that, and she might need to do a video of that one too. So.
Krista does an awesome fried rice.
Oh yes, that's nice. Good. Yep.
We ate some of the Thrive Life food last night.
Yeah,
it was phenomenal. It was really good. And we encourage you guys to check out their website, go to their link, check out Thrive Life, and check out their store.
Oh, the other one that she makes that my family likes is the tomato and like pasta. It's got tomatoes and sausage and bow tie pasta in it, and that one's really good. They really like that. So
and you know what else? Brad's a pretty good cook too.
He actually is. Yeah,
he really is.
Yeah.
Anyway, just thought we'd throw that in there.
Yeah.
So we're on the regular new cooking channel. Krista Cooks.
Yes.
Yes. Definitely.
I'm not sure Krista has time for a new cooking channel. She's got 7 kids. She's a busy lady.
Busy. But yeah, it's been a good process of learning through how to really find meals that we can use to feed all 6 and 7 of us.
We've learned things like breakfast sausage stretches further than bacon does. So
and everything's better with sausage.
When we make twice baked potatoes, we actually don't use bacon on it. We mix sausage into it, and it is awesome.
It is. We do. We started out with this thing called e-meals. And if you're kind of new at homesteading like we are,
and new at meal planning,
e-meals was a huge help to us because they have this whole deal where they can make meal plans for the grocery store you are at the most,
or the way that you eat. Like they have clean eating meal plans. Now it's like what 20. Yeah. It used to be $20 a month. It may be more now. But if you're a person who has never done meal planning, who has never done like building your own shopping list, who's never done anything like that, and you need a template in order to do that, because some of this is new for people. Like, I mean, we used emails at one point when we had like a super busy time in our life. But I mean, my mom always did meal planning and grocery lists and stuff like that. So I knew how to do that kind of stuff. But if you don't have any idea how to do that and you don't have anybody really to teach you how to do that, then you might look into that, because you can do like, what is it, the no carb meals. You can do, like I said, clean eating, a vegetarian. You can do like certain grocery stores they'll have on there, because then what they'll do is they'll check all the sales for you and they'll put a meal plan together and do it that way. So if you're looking for something like that, like emails might be something that you might look into. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
And it really having a meal plan keeps me on track. When Heather goes to the store, I mentioned this last week, one of the biggest problems that can happen is that I go with her. And I create...
Krista, we don't mean to embarrass you. I'm sorry, I'm just seeing it now.
What happened?
Well, she says, oh, stop. You're okay. You're embarrassing me. But every time we go over to their house, like, we have great food. So...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, she can... I'm going to compliment her, because
absolutely
has
good
food. So.
And well, I lost what I was going to say.
I don't know.
I lost track of what I was going to say.
I don't know.
Oh well,
Turn
must
the
not been
sound
that
off of
important.
this phone, so.
Well, it's one of, we want to give credit where credit's due. I mean, we're enjoying and learning a lot from Big Family Homestead and a lot of other people. I mean, since Alderman's Farms is on, I just wanted to say thank you. I watched one of your videos the other day on how to set a post without the whole concrete thing, and how to do it right with rocks, and it was so helpful. Thank you for those videos. And so we, as a community, it's so cool that we can glean from one another things that I didn't know coming from the suburban life that I really need to know to help the chickens, to help the homestead do the good stuff. But we were talking about groceries, and I just went
that's all right.
hard
No, that's
right.
all right. I think we're done with the whole grocery thing. So.
What's next? Do you remember?
Well, we had... every once in a while, my kids will do things that are funny. And I was out the other day. Oh, I guess this can go with the garden update.
Okay, yeah, the garden
so
update.
We're planting new things in our garden. It's finally... I think we're past the point where we're going to have any more like, hard frosts. And so... I planted lettuce, which has done really well in my redneck greenhouse that I made, which is a...
That's one of the first videos we put on YouTube.
It's a portable garage, and we took the top of it off and put plastic over it, and then it is held down with hay bales. So, and bungee cords and clips, and it's awesomely just... bad, but it works. It's functional. So
hey, it's grown stuff now.
Yeah, and so my lettuce did well in it, and then I got those little ones from Aldi's, and I had like I said, I've had some epic fails with these greenhouses. They blew over once. My plants got leggy, and just but I've had people come along, like the old Alabama gardener said, you're not getting enough heat or you're not getting enough sunlight.
We have a question.
Oh, we have a question. What?
Cat lover, how are you? Good to see you. I'm watching the computer down here. I'm not ignoring you guys, but I'm watching the live feed. Cat lover, how do you have a menu when your husband craves foods? That is a very good question, and I think that you have to find the foods that he craves and make them in an inexpensive way. I don't know exactly what he craves. I know what I crave, and 9 times out of 10, it's not any good for me.
Yeah.
The stuff I crave or the stuff that's good for me.
Cheez-Its. He loves Cheez-Its.
Let's just have a moment of silence for a second. No, I'm sorry, I went to a bad place. The stuff that I should be eating, I'm not used to, and that's really why I'm so looking for summer, and so anyway, I think part of this is retraining us as a couple on how we function in our homesteading and doing groceries, because I oftentimes think, man, I'd really like that, but it's not to the best of the family. And so when I go and I grab that extra box of Cheez-Its, and Heather's digging through the cart, and she's like, where'd the Cheez-Its come from,
I
Kev?
always spend more money when he goes grocery shopping with me.
Always.
Like,
but I mean, having a plan, hey, who's not here is Lone Star Living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Dolphin Man.
Or Dolphin Man. All right. Well,
But it's okay.
shout out to both those guys.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think it's best when you go grocery shopping, with a plan. And we jump from.
Yeah.
That's where my ADD will take us. I'll jump from grocery shopping to gardening, back to gardening to grocery shopping.
Yeah. So,
Sorry about that.
Oh, that's all right.
The greenhouse is cool, and maybe we should do a video giving them a little tour about. Well, I'm watching I'm watching the feed, and that's
it's
got
hard
cool stuff. So if you guys have questions for us, put them in big bold letters so we can see them, all caps. That'll help out a lot.
Maybe one of us needs to read when the other one's talking. So.
That might be a good job. Sorry.
So anyway, the garden. So I had some lettuce that has done well. I have had. I put my little greenhouses inside of my big greenhouses when it was really cold, and stuff in there started to do well. Like I have some cucumbers that have sprouted. I've got some spinach that's sprouting. I've got tomatillos that have sprouted. And then I've planted peppers and tomatoes, like 4 different types of tomatoes. And doing cabbage again, trying again. And
it's turning out pretty good.
Yeah, it's turning out pretty good. But I planted the lettuce. We've planted onions. And we've planted a row and a half of potatoes right now. So that's what we have going in our garden right now. But my story that I was going to tell
Thanks, Cat Lover.
I was out in the garden and I was digging the holes to put my potatoes in. And, like kind of at the layers, you get those little white grub worms that, they're ugly and gross and nasty. And I was just collecting them because our chickens love them. They love them. And I mean, they'll fight over them. And so I was putting them in a little planting pot and, I had my youngest son come out and ask what I was doing. And I said, he goes, what's in the pot? And I said, well, it's these grub worms. And I said, well, what would you do if a girl gave you these? What would you think? And he goes, well, I would think that she loved me. So that's just how, I guess, a boy's mind works. So I took them into my husband and said, now, I've been told from a little boy that if I give you these, it means that I love you. So I gave him a whole cup of grub worms, and then Kevin took him out and fed him to the chickens. So, and for Kevin to show that he loved me, he bought me this giant 64-ounce thing from Speedway.
It's filled with iced tea.
Yeah.
And it was the small one.
I might not ever sleep again. But, I've been sharing it, though, with the kids and everything like that, because that is a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. It's a lot of tea. So,
it's
Yeah, so that's kind of what's going on in our garden right now.
It has onions?
Yeah, it has onions.
Garlic?
Yeah, we put straw down to keep everything, the moisture where it should be.
We're really doing a deep bed method. Is that what it's called?
I don't know what it is exactly, because we're kind of here and there and everywhere on it. But last year when our garden ended, we put down the chicken manure, and then we put cardboard on top of it. And in some places we put wood chips because there was a tree that was taken down, and they gave us, we told them we wanted to keep the wood chips. And then part of it had straw on it. We just wanted to keep the cardboard from blowing away and keep the chicken manure and the soil and everything like that. And then, and then there was places where the chickens had gotten in and scratched and pecked everything up. And so the ground was kind of dry because it was uncovered. And by far, the places that had the most worms in it and the soil was the easiest to deal with was where it was covered by the cardboard and then had the straw or wood chips on top of it. So we're looking at that going, because I would stick my little shovel in and flip the dirt over, and there'd be 20 worms coming out of the dirt. And I'm thinking, well, that's good because, worms are good for your plants. And so earthworms, not gross, nasty worms. But
Cat Lover, we don't live in town per se. We live we're sharing an acre and a half right now. We live with family, and so
we're in a suburb, kind of.
It's kind of a suburb, but it's different. It's a suburb that has a lot of farmland around it, and you know how they're.
I mean, not so much anymore.
This was farm before all the other houses popped up around it, and so it's kind of like that area. But it's enough where we can start practicing homesteading. We can start learning. We can start trying new things and doing new things, and it's the garden's looking great. The greenhouse is looking great. we've been on the road most of the day today, so we really haven't been out there to see how it's doing today. But Heather planted achachas.
Achachas and papalo, that we got from an American homestead.
Yeah,
because
we want to see how that goes.
Because we have a problem here, like in the summer, your how do I turn that off? Your cilantro will bolt really easily, and so your cilantro will be done before your tomatoes are ever ripe. So, we were watching a video of theirs where they're saying it has kind of the taste of cilantro, but it lasts a whole lot longer. So I wanted to try that. That was one of our new things that we were going to try this year. So
Cat lover, that's too bad. We have to deal with other people telling us what to do planting. Yeah, I think
that's not cool.
Yeah, it's funny, as we're watching other homestead channels, we're seeing a lot of urban farming happening, and
Bandana Grandma just called you Keith.
Hey, Bandana Grandma.
Hi,
How
Bandana
are you?
Grandma. It's Kevin.
You can call me Keith, though. I don't mind.
He doesn't mind.
I've been called a lot worse. I really have. I'm glad you're here.
Yes.
But we're watching as the suburban folks are bringing that mindset into their backyards, and it's really exciting to watch. There's one guy in particular, I think he's down in Florida, and he's taken over 3 yards in his neighborhood, and because of the positive relationships that he has with those folks, he's able to use their front yards as gardens as well, and he makes enough money so that he doesn't really have to work a regular job. He just sells those vegetables at farmers markets. Excuse me. And he has great he has a great setup where he goes from yard to yard to yard with this big bin and just starts hacking lettuce or whatever he's taking that day. It's really kind of fun, and I appreciate now that mindset, and I think even in Ohio they're starting to turn the tables a little bit on the backyard chicken thing, and how many chickens can you have in the city, and can you have them, and so I'm excited about where we're going. And
Barbara says, please show gardening videos. Do you think it is safe to plant outside? I think it depends on where you are. Like we're in a suburb of Cincinnati, so we're in the southwest Ohio. And it looks like for the next, my grandmother always said, like in this area, I think we're zone 6, that anything, if you really want to be safe, anything like the week of Mother's Day or after is safe enough to plant. But I think that what was I saying? That the cold weather is sometimes weird here. Like we could have where, like last week we had where it was almost 77 degrees, and then that night it went down to 29. So that's why I have my greenhouse, so that way if it gets colder I can pull all my plants into the greenhouse and they don't freeze on me.
Yeah.
But we will be doing more videos. We did just put up one that had me showing what we had planted so far, but as we go along I will show you what we're doing and our success and failures, because I'm relatively new at this. I grew up with my grandfather gardening. He was great at it. I wish I would have listened to him more when I was a kid. But, I'm kind of relearning all of this stuff. So this is new for me. So if anybody has any suggestions when they're watching a video going, hey, no, that's a bad idea, then please let me know, because like I said, I'm kind of flying blind a little bit. What's that?
So Freedom Pen is in Arizona, and they've been planting since March 31st.
Good
That's
for you.
Awesome. Barbara is in South Central PA, and if there's a line there in PA where it's going to be winter a little longer. It's going to be muddy weather for us longer than it is for the folks in the South, so they're going to be able to start, but we're going to be able to go longer. That's a lesson we learned last year. When we started harvesting our vegetables last year, we really could have done a second planting, a replanting, or planting something else, and we didn't have the knowledge to do that, where this year, once something comes out of the ground, we're going to figure out something else to put in the ground and let it rest during the wintertime.
Yeah, like an old-fashioned life was saying that they're in central Illinois, and it was down in the 30s a few nights ago.
Right.
So yeah, it just
We're growing strawberries too.
We are, and we actually got information from a farmer about growing strawberries, and like he really likes doing that. So we're gonna try. Like he does his in raised beds, and what is he? He puts the dirt in, and then he puts sand in, and then he puts the strawberries in, and then covers them with that black stuff to keep the weeds down, and then put straw on it. Is what he said. So we're gonna try his method, hopefully. Because my son has strawberry plants, and they're all in one little, not little, but like one pot, and we need to separate them out because there are too many in the pot. So,
wow, bandana, Grandma, I had forgotten you're from Maryland. That's awesome. We have to give a lot of credit to our son for the strawberries.
Yeah.
He takes really good care of them, and he's going to be making sure he has more of them. I think that's kind of his next project.
He's really looking out to like get some more. So.
And funny you mention it, but I just looked at Cat Lover. There are some sewing videos coming. There's some stuff that our daughter has sewed recently that's pretty cool. And, can I? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
I'm so excited for her. Go ahead. But she has been making aprons, and she has decided that she wants to make a gathering apron. And she has made this apron where I don't know if they can see it, but like it's super cute. It I mean, she's got her little heart-shaped pattern, but at the bottom, if you look at it, she's got ribbons in the bottom of her apron. And what you do is you pull it up, and then you tie it around your waist, and now you have almost like a little. Here, hold on a second. Let's see if I can get it pulled up. You can see it, almost like a little basket that you can stick your eggs in it, you can stick your tomatoes in it, things like that. And so that way you have your hands free to do whatever. And I was so proud of her because she took one apron pattern, and then she was looking at a pattern that we found online that they don't sell it anymore. I guess it was from 1944 when people had victory gardens. And she was looking at that pattern going, okay, I can take that pattern and modify the one that I have and make something like this. So when we're out in the garden, we can just stick stuff in our apron and bring it in and not have to carry another basket or something like that. So I was really proud of her because she kind of, just the way her brain works, like she came up with that all by herself. Yeah. And so that was just, I thought was very creative of her. So we're gonna turn the camera so you can see her model it a little bit. Yeah. If you guys don't mind, I'm gonna try to turn it anyway. There we go. So you can see. So you can see here, she's got. It's like a pocket, and she can put stuff in it, and so that way, like your hands are free. So, but yeah, so that's what she came up with. Yeah, so, it's pretty cool. I think there's a lot of. All right, that's enough. I think there's a lot of other things that we're trying to encourage all of our kids to find ways that they can learn more about homesteading, do different things, and Katie's just taking to sewing. It's been amazing to watch her grow in that area. Yeah. And there's other things that are coming up, but if you're familiar with Goin Batty at all, we're new, and we have a store, GoinBattyStore.com, and we're selling stuff on that store because it helps us supplement our income, obviously, but it also helps us kind of express some of the things that we like to do. And my wife learned kind of can you explain this thing a little bit? Yes. Okay, so I'll hold it. Everyone knows like the shower scrunchie, right? The thing you take in the shower. Okay, so our family very sleepy goes through one of those in a month. Oh yeah. In a month. And if you buy them you can get them at the dollar store for $1 and stuff like that, but those are kind of sometimes those don't even last a month for us usually. So if I buy them from like Kroger or Meijer or Walmart or something like that, I'm looking at about like $2.50 to $3. Cat Liver said, "Oh, Cookie Girl, stop showing off." But I decided to crochet a washable shower scrubby because this can be thrown into the wash machine and you can just wash it when it because sometimes with a washcloth like it'll get a weird smell to it. But you can just throw that in the wash machine and wash it and dry it, and it'd be ready for the next time you take a shower, or you can hang it up and just let it dry. But like I said, we go through them like once a month, and I'm like, I just feel like it's just such a waste of money. So.
It is, and this is something that we're kind of trying to be creative with about how are some ways that we can continue to save money in ways that we. Barbara fell asleep.
Uh-oh, sorry.
That's funny. But anyway, all right. So that's that.
Yeah. So I guess our favorite things.
Our favorite things.
Yes.
It's time for our favorite things.
Okay.
What we're doing is every show we're going to share with you that week what some of our favorite things are because they benefited us. We used them at some point during the week. And they're things that we're using regularly. They're things that are a part of homesteading tools. Recently, if you guys subscribe to Janel Zero at all, he did a great explanation of what homesteading is, and I'm not even going to try to compare us to him. He's got a great explanation of it, and I agree with his definition of it, and he's a phenomenal dude. But what it is just basically making things work that you have around you, and these are our favorite things are the things we're using all the time.
Yeah.
And so we're going to share with you some favorite things and why they're our favorite things.
Okay.
And
So,
my lovely bride is going to go first.
My first favorite thing kind of goes with the whole meal planning, grocery shopping thing. So I don't know if you can see this, but I'll show it to you. But on my phone, I have 2 apps that I use. One of them is called Pepper Plate. So let's see if I can get it.
We'll
up
put
here.
it on the description down below as well.
And I don't think they can see it very well, but
That's all right.
yeah. Well, anyway, we'll put it down below. But it's called Pepper Plate. PEPPERPLATE.
Pepper Plate.
And what you can do is you can go on there and you can put all of your recipes in there. Mm-hmm. And you can sort them by meal, you can sort them alphabetically, you can sort however you want. But you have all your recipes on there. And that way, if somebody asks me for a recipe, I can just email it to them. And if I want one, I can print it off and have a hard copy of it. So I use that all the time. And so say that you find something on the Pioneer Woman's website and you really like that recipe. You can highlight it and put it in this little box and it will download it onto your app so that you have that recipe there. And now it has where you can do a meal plan schedule. It has where you can do a grocery store list. And that's great, but the grocery store list that I like the best is called Grocery IQ. And the reason that I like it is because you can go and you have your app, you can separate it by store, and then you can have your favorites, the things that you buy most, and you can put that in. It keeps a history of what you've bought and what price it is. And if you have your favorites, you can put the price in, say that you go to the grocery store and you go, okay, I take everything from the receipt and I put the price in there. And so by the time that you get to the checkout line, you know almost to the penny how much you're going to spend. And that's one of those things that keep me from overspending at the grocery store. If I tell the kids, if it's not on here, we don't buy it.
That's right.
But those are my 2 favorite things right now. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got a couple of favorite things. This is one of my favorite things, but it's recent of Heather's.
It's actually mine.
It's Heather's. It's Heather's presents. This is a BB gun that I got for her. And it is one of our favorite things because we've had several wild dogs, and other wild things try to attack our chickens, and this is a great little tool to keep them out. It doesn't kill the animal, but it does kind of pop them in the rear end and teach them a lesson or two.
Yeah.
The other favorite
and
things.
it's fun to shoot. I had a lot of fun shooting.
It really is. Just hitting targets.
Yes.
And maybe a squirrel when people aren't looking. But the one thing I'd like to share with you is this thing right here. This is a Gerber knife that I got for my birthday, and it is with it basically came in a package of 7, and they were all a variety of sizes. I went on eBay and I found these Gerber knives. These in the store retail at like $30 to $40 each, and I bought 7, one for each family member, and that right there was only $70. And so we got 7 knives. Uh-oh.
For 70. Are we not plugged in?
We're not plugged in, Katie. Can you help us?
Plug us in,
Something's not going right here. Check here and then go down there. But we got 7 knives for $70, where these are retailing for $30 to $40. And so we saved a big time because we can lose these pretty easy, and we always have them on us when we're out in the garden because you always need a pocket knife. That's one of my favorite things. Is this pocket knife has helped me out a lot. It's got a jagged edge for cutting into some pretty tough stuff, and it's just an overall great buy. And I love when we can get stuff inexpensively. The other favorite thing, and I know our hour is almost up.
It is, yeah.
I can't believe that. Anyway, my other favorite thing, I don't know if you can see this or not, but this right here is a lot less than what it used to be. It feels a lot like a landing strip right through there. And I get sunburnt on my ears, my nose, the back of my neck, and right there. And I've been wearing just regular baseball caps, but it doesn't take care of the ears. And so I got a gift card from some of the families at the church I work for, and the gift card was to Dick's Sporting Goods, which was awesome. And so I bought myself a new hat. And I love my new hat. And I don't care if I look dumb in it or not, but right now I do, but because I don't have that cool look going. There we go.
But it keeps his head from getting sunburned in his ears.
It does, so. And I do enjoy it a lot.
Yeah.
So those are, while we're out there, we want to have fun, and we've got some upcoming upcycling projects that we're working on.
Shoot! I forgot my upcycling thing.
Go ahead.
So,
yeah.
Let me go get it real quick.
Yeah, I'll talk about my upcycling project while she's gone. And don't everybody turn it off because I know Heather's the interesting one. But my upcycling project is Gina broke her cage the other day. She got so angry that we had put her in the cage that she had actually pulled her cage apart. Our dog is kennel trained, and
yeah, Gina's our dog, not our child. So.
Oh yeah, I probably should articulate that. Gina, she's a great dog. We love having her around, but we have to put her in a kennel when we're not here because she'll get crazy and start tearing things up. And so she got out of her cage and tore it up pretty good. And so we're gonna upcycle it to use it for the rabbits that are coming and the other things that are coming, chicks, that kind of thing. Anything that needs to be out in the grass and enjoying itself, we can use this cage for, but we're gonna upcycle it. So yeah.
All right, so my thing that I'm upcycling. Okay, so you get these from the store. They usually have like pants or whatever clipped to them. When you are hanging your laundry outside and you're hanging, like, say you want to dry like a quilt or a comforter or something like that, and you need something stronger to hold it to your clothesline, or you can cut these off and use these because these are made to hold. I mean, they're pretty strong. You can also use them for chip clips. So that was the one thing that my daughter actually asked me not to cut these off because she wants to use this to hang her swimsuit with.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're going to give it to her. But...
Yeah, we're going to give it to her afterwards. But these are super strong, and they're stronger than regular clothespins. So you can use these to hang up like a blanket or something like that. So that's my upcycling thing. So
Barbara, I see the word details beside your name, and I'm not sure what you want details on, but just tell us and we'll give them to you. Yeah. We'll just go a little while longer. We won't take up too much more of your guys' time. We're so grateful that you came and checked out what we've got going on in the Goin Batty homestead. There is a so much fun planned for the next couple of days as we go through spring break, and we've got. Do we have any other upside? I feel like we're missing something.
I don't think so.
Just the resources. We got to share the resources.
Yeah, the resources.
Heather's got some great resources. Yeah. My resources right now are pretty much the same as what I shared.
No, the camping one. That
50.
James shared with you.
Yeah, James Hummerick shared the 50 campfires, and it's a great blog that tests the campfire equipment. And what we're noticing is that a lot of the stuff we're doing on our homestead, there's camping stuff that can apply to that. So if we cook outside or if we're working outside and we need a tool, there's a lot of crossover in the camping equipment that we use. The grates, when we process our chickens, we use surprisingly a lot of camping supplies there with the knives. We found this really cool table at Rural King that you can process your chickens on.
It has a sink.
It has a sink inside of it, and where it's $99 at Bass Pro Shop, it's only $30 or $40 over at Rural King. And so little things like that we're kind of learning. And
differentiating between your children and the dog. Yes.
Yes.
So,
don't leave, guys. Is anybody next? Share Cookie Friday.
We don't
think
have anybody next. Actually, we had for Cookie Friday. I had what was her name? What was her name? There was a lady who asked if I've ever made.
It was Jayton, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't Jayton. It was another lady.
Homestead Tessie?
No, it wasn't her.
I don't know.
But anyway, she asked if I have ever made potato chip cookies, which I never had. I had never heard of them.
Never heard of them.
And then again, like props to Krista. She's like, I have a fantastic potato chip cookie recipe that I think she said either came from Brad's grandmother or his mother. So I might be sharing that one because that looked interesting, and I've never made anything like that. So
absolutely.
And here's the thing too, like if you guys have a cookie recipe that you want to see made, just ask me and I'll research it and I'll try to find a recipe for it and we'll make it. So, because after a while I'll run out of cookie recipes because there's only certain cookies that my family likes. So, But one of my resources, and again, like, we were at Caesar's Creek with the Big Family Homestead, and so I got the exact same pamphlet that she did because I thought it was interesting. Growing up, I was horrible at science, and the only biology project in high school I ever got an A on was I had to collect leaves. Remember how you used to have to collect them and then press them and then
That's
label
awesome.
them? My grandfather, who grew up in Tennessee during the Depression, his family they got hit pretty hard, and so the pharmaceutical companies came in and they asked for these young men who knew how to identify trees and plants and flowers and all of that kind of stuff. There were certain ones that they wanted and they would pay them for it. So I took my grandfather into the woods and had him help me identify every tree, anything that I needed for this project. And so, he taught me how to tell the difference between a blackberry and a raspberry cane, because when they're first growing, they look very similar. He taught me a lot of things. And so, how to identify like we love hickory nuts. Like I would eat a hickory nut over any other nut any day of the week because I just love them. And we used to go as kids and go with him and walk through the neighborhood where he lived, because there was several houses that had giant hickory nut trees on their property. Mm-hmm. And we would pick the hickory nuts up for free because the people didn't know what they were, and they didn't want them because every time they hit them with a lawnmower, it broke the window. So, so something like this that has, what are edible plants? What are things that are safe for you? What are not safe for you to eat? So, Krista and I picked up the same little laminated brochure, but
I just didn't realize that dandelions were so edible. I just had no idea.
Yeah. So
and it even has the poisonous plants too, which is helpful as your child is getting ready to shove some unidentified berry into their mouth.
Yeah. So, and the other thing that I found, and my grandmother gave this to my son because he is showing an interest in woodworking, and this is the Woodworker's Journal. And it's actually from 1987. So my grandmother keeps everything. And, this was my grandfather's. And, he used to do woodworking. But if you look, the apothecary, I'm going to get it right, cabinet that they have there, like, that is so cool looking. Like, I would, and it's got all of the plans in it. So, like, if you're at a garage sale or something like that and you see things like this, like, you could pick them up for really cheap.
Yeah,
And
they're not
so,
expensive.
you know, that's one of those things that I would love for him to learn how to make. Like, I know he's got to start simple and stuff like that, but like, they sell things like this at Pottery Barn for like $400 and $500. So, and they're not nicely made. So, yeah. But
They're still talking about Cookie Friday.
oh, Cookie Friday.
Yeah. Cookie Friday. And I'll be honest with you, it's tough. We've put ourselves in an interesting position because Cookie Friday sometimes is going to be the same cookie. It's not the same cookie. It's not different cookie every time.
I'm asking for, like, if they have a cookie that they like, I'll try to make it. But
you know, we should think up a contest for you guys to help us with Cookie Friday. So look for a video soon from us with a contest on about cookies.
Mr. Hen has some of those woodworker journals.
Oh,
so,
cool!
Yeah,
very cool.
Cookie Friday's a law, right?
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
And it's hard sometimes because Friday, with him being in the ministry, Friday is actually his day off. So he doesn't get Saturday and Sunday usually. It's
Saturday I do.
Saturday you do sometimes, but sometimes you have to work. It's like his flex day, but he never has Sunday off. So Friday is his day off. So if we want to go out and run around and do something, it's usually on Friday with the kids. And so then I'm like scrambling to get home. And like the last video I did was at 10:45 at night making peanut butter cookies. I'm like, I'm so tired.
Yeah.
So, but it was fun. So
it was pretty fun.
Thin mints.
Thin mints.
Using crackers.
Can use crackers. I make snickerdoodles every other Friday.
Nice.
Very cool. Very good. So you guys will forgive us if we have to repeat cookies but we're gonna keep trying.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear from you guys though. I love the snickerdoodles idea. What's Thin Mints again?
Thin mints are the ones the Girl Scouts have.
Oh.
Those are the ones. Yeah.
Okay, you can use crackers to make those.
That's interesting.
All right, Freedom Pen, we need to see that recipe. That'll be awesome. Maybe we can do some sort of like Cookie Friday extravaganza and get some ideas flowing, and we'll try them out in the Goin Batty kitchen.
Yeah.
Where all the magic happens.
They can email them to us.
Yeah.
They can email them the recipes.
And if you'd like to email us, you can do it at info.goinbatty@gmail.com.
So.
And there's some other things too. So, I think that's where we're at with the show tonight. Thanks for watching us. Thanks for watching us and our bunnies. We're believers. We believe in Jesus, and we're going to pray here at the end. And so if that's not your cup of tea, that's a great time for us to say goodnight, and that's okay. We are so grateful that you guys are watching, and you're a part of our lives in this
Henfeather said she had to go check on the ducks. She had a hawk circling the area. Thanks for the live stream. We want to tell you, we lost our duck. Something got it. So
we have the duck eggs, but we have no duck now. Yeah. So, and I'll be honest with you, we're probably not going to get another one right now. Forgiveness is given. You can't make a different cookie every Friday.
So.
All right. Yeah. Regular saltine crackers.
Melted chocolate, peppermint oil. This is good.
All right. Man, that sounds really good.
Yes.
We know what Cookie Friday is going to look like for the next couple weeks with snickerdoodles and Thin Mints, and I'm excited now.
All right. Jack says they're going to have to start calling our channel Goin Fatty instead of Goin Batty.
We got to do what we got to do.
Okay.
So anyway, we're going to pray, and we just want to thank you guys for watching, and thanks for liking, subscribing, and commenting.
Yep.
More updates as we go. Let's pray.
All right.
Father, we thank you so much for this homestead community and the amazing people that are on the other side of the screen. Father God, we ask that you would bless their lives, meet them where they are, whether they're in joy or whether they're in pain. Lord, we know that you won't waste it. Father, thank you for the privilege it is to be here on this channel, sharing our thoughts and ideas about homesteading. And Lord, we see it as a privilege and ask for you to continue to bless and show us your will. Father God, as we dive into these homesteading things, Lord, give us new ideas, give us a fresh perspective, and bring us back safe next week. Father, go before us, beside us, and behind us. In your Son's precious name, amen.
Amen.
All right, guys, we'll hang out for a little while longer. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and then we'll say goodnight.
Yep.
So that's awesome. All right. I'm giving that to Heather. Okay. We have a little bit of a peanut gallery that goes on kind of around us as we do this, and so they feed us things. Katie hands us animals, and Heather's mom gives us recipes, and other things happen. So it's kind of fun. Do you guys have any like questions or anything that you need from anything you'd like to tell us? I don't know. I know there's a little bit of a lag, so
Yeah.
maybe we
Watch it, Jack.
maybe we should just get ready to sign off. But we are grateful. All right, guys. Well,
Thanks for the prayer.
you're welcome.
You're welcome.
It's awesome. Thanks for watching, and we will. I forgot to mention this. I get to do this Saturday's devotional, and we'll be doing some Saturday devotionals on a regular basis, in partnership with Bandana Grandma, and I am overjoyed and excited. We're going to be digging into the Bible and trying to complement Brad and what he does during the week, with a devotional on Saturday, and we're so grateful that I'd be asked. And so if you would join us 10:30 on Saturday for a live stream, and most of the time it'll be right here. Sometimes we'll be out in the world somewhere, but most of the time it'll be right here, and we're gonna just learn a little bit more about the Bible, a lot more about God, and a little about ourselves as we go. So anyway, thanks, and have a great night.
Good night, everybody.
I'm gonna hit the stop button.